The numbers have finally been released from the Toronto Real Estate Board for the month of March, and while you're seeing headlines about a potential recession and our market being in trouble, you may not know that the median price has actually increased by $22,000 versus February. So how's our market really performing? And that's what I'm going to answer from being in the field every single day. And if you are considering buying or selling, make sure to call me. And if you're a real estate agent looking to grow your business, make sure to connect with me to learn more about eXp Realty. And the major talking point is represented by this chart here, where we're comparing the month of March, and it's actually the lowest number of sales March has seen since 2002. And let's not forget that we of course had the 2008 recession. We saw our market trend downwards during the period of 2017 and 2018. So of course we've been through a lot, and the major question on everyone's mind is, will the market continue to trend downward? Here we're looking at the previous 12 months, and we can see March 2024 number of transactions was around 6,500, and then the number slightly increased during April and May, as it usually would in the spring. But since then we've of course seen the number of transactions decline. And while we thought last year was bad, and thank goodness it was finally over, this year is looking far worse. And across the different styles of homes, detached properties saw the steepest decline with 25% fewer sales. Condos were down 24%, townhouses down 23%, and semi-detached homes saw 16% less sales this year. And the Greater Toronto area saw 17,000 new listings come to the market, bringing our total active inventory to about 23,000 listings. And this is up from February. As expected, most homeowners do list their property during the spring months. However, the active inventory isn't as high as it was during the fall market, and that's represented by our months of inventory, which tells us how long it will take to sell the existing supply of listings. And the higher this number is, the more advantageous the market will be for buyers, and the lower this number is, the more advantageous the market will be for sellers. So we have a high months of inventory right now, indicating all the signs of a market that's advantageous for buyers, and that's because buyers can purchase a lot more peacefully in our current market. We're seeing that buyers may look at a property and decide to make an offer 1 month later, after they've done their due diligence, after they've compared the property to several other competing listings. Conversely, March 2024, we were actually looking at more of a seller's market, with our months of inventory only about 1.9, and that was a market where listings were selling rapidly. We all thought the market was on trend to bounce back, and so this is the very reason why we're going to see a lot of negative headlines out there. That's because if you were to compare March 2024 to March 2025, the market is looking far more pessimistic now. And here we're looking at the 5-year historical numbers, and we're comparing the month of March throughout the past 5 years, and we can see that our average price really hasn't changed too much from 2021, with the average sale around 1.1. 2022 saw the average price rapidly increase to $1.3 million, and then the average price came down in 2023 to just around 1.1 million. Since then, the market's been relatively stable, and this data here is one of the many reasons why we aren't seeing as many investors in the marketplace currently. Even though investors can spot great deals in today's marketplace, they just don't know if the values will appreciate in the short term or the long term. And when you combine that with the fact that our rental market is far worse than it was last year, we can understand why the investors as well as the buyers out there are having the wait and see approach, like mentioned in this article. But what about the tariffs? What about the risk of people losing their jobs? And what about the overall economy? I'm going to address all that and more during my next video. And of course, we have an interest rate announcement to look forward to on April 16th. Make sure to click subscribe so I can continue to keep you updated. And if you are considering buying or selling, make sure to call me. And if you're a real estate agent looking to grow your business, make sure to reach out to me to learn more about eXp Realty. And I'm also very active on Instagram, so I look forward to connecting with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.